wise farmer and greedy businessman. Once there was a successful businessman who was known for his sharp business acumen and ruthless tactic. He was driven slowly by the pursuit of profit and had little regard for anyone or anything that stood in his way. One day, the businessman encountered a poor farmer who was struggling to make ends meet. The farmer had a small plot of land and a few animals, but he was barely able to provide for his family. Feeling sorry for the farmer, the businessman decided to offer him a deal. He would buy the farmer's land and animals at a very low price, and in return, the farmer would work for the businessman and receive a steady salary. The farmer, desperate for money, agreed to the deal and sold his land and animals to the businessman. However, he soon realized that he had made a grave mistake. The businessman was not content with just the farmer's land and animals. He wanted more and more, and he began to exploit the farmer's labor for maximum profit. The farmer was overworked and underpaid, and he began to regret his decision to sell his land. One day, the farmer decided to approach the businessman and ask for his land back. The businessman laughed in his face and told him that he would never return the land as it was now his property. The farmer was devastated, but he refused to give up. He went to a wise old man and asked for advice. The old man told him to challenge the businessman to a race. Confused, the farmer asked the old man what a race had to do with anything. The old man replied, "Just trust me and do as I say." The next day, the farmer went to the businessman and challenged him to a race. The businessman, eager to prove his superiority, agreed to the challenge. On the day of the race, the businessman and the farmer lined up the starting line, but instead of running, the farmer pulled out a handful of seeds and began to sow them in the ground. The businessman scoffed and began to run, leaving the farmer behind. But as the businessman ran, he soon realized that the farmer's seed had sprouted into a lush field of crops, and the farmer had won the race. The businessman was humbled by the farmer's wisdom and generosity, and he realized that his greed and selfishness had blinded him to the true value of things in his life. He returned the land to the farmer and vowed to change his ways, becoming more compassionate and fair businessman.